Man. Woo. Fire.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Good, man.
Yeah, you tell me
What
what's
happened
good.
to that boy? What happened to that boy? He was talking shit to Shannon. Hey.
What's going on, man? Like,
Look,
how you feeling today? You
I
ready?
feel good, man. I feel lively. I feel invigorated. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we got some stuff to talk about. Not you know what, Mark? Not just stuff to talk about. We got stuff that we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And we feel a little passionate about. So I feel good about this episode. We ain't even start yet. So I'm just ready to go, man.
Yeah, man.
Like the 7-7 Beamer, man.
Hit him with the Nina, man. Or that
What's up?
4-5 guaranteed to lean, man. I'm the reason that your block is vacant.
All right, look. But yeah, man, listen. We about to get into this episode. The things that we have in store is not a little small child that doesn't know where to be right now, but what we do have in store is the Olympics. We're going to get into some of the new Olympic things, what's been going on. In the NBA, Skip Bayless is out at FS1 and some other stuff, man. We'll get into it. But anyway, with that being said, I think it's you ready to get into this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, shoot. But then we're gonna go ahead and cut you off, Birdman. You flood the block, but you don't flood these airwaves.
Yeah.
Looks like you lost another one.
All right, man. So, all right. Look, look like we already got somebody in here. So, what up? Where do you want to start, man?
I did want to start on the Olympics. I did want to start on the Olympic breakdancing topic, just because it's a fun topic, man. I saw some people. If you guys don't know, breakdancing is an Olympic sport. This is the first year that it will be part of the Olympics, and I seen some people trying to say that, oh man, this is another one that we better not lose because they're already seeing how.
Oh no, we losing.
Mark, those that are uninformed think we have a chance, Mark.
We are losing.
That's the
We
problem,
are
man.
losing, bro. Yo, we have not been the tops in breakdancing in a long time, bro. Them overseas boys,
They take that shit serious.
them overseas boys is something different. Like, yo, if you think it's a game, it's not. Go watch that breakdance movie with Chris Brown. Spoiler alert, he doesn't make it to the finals, just like every other movie he's ever been in.
Hey, look, man. All I can tell you is this, man. I had to think about it for a little bit, man. I know I had my experience overseas, right? And I'm telling you, one of the cats that I knew that I work with, you know, that I worked with over there, still talk to him. Shout out to DJ Rusan. Either way, he was well known out in the streets of Okinawa, and I'm like, you never go out. How do people know who you are? And what it was is he did a lot of the breakdancing competitions out there, and he actually placed third in one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was an American that placed third in the competition, everybody knew who he was. That's what it means for you to just place when you over there, okay? So yeah, I had that experience, but I also had to take back to, like, I thought about, like, you know what, let me go back to high school. And I promise you, the best breakdancers in my high school were Asian, bro. It's just, it wasn't some black person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't, like, I don't know where people are getting this idea that black people are going
How many black breakdancers does anyone know today? Like real rap. Like,
you talking about the thing? Like, no, there ain't.
Like how many American black break dancers do people know today?
Yeah, see, John just said Rue.
Yeah,
but it's funny, John. You I don't know if you were here for that, but I just spoke about Rue in Japan and how we finished 3rd place in a breakdancing competition. And this man came out for my birthday. Never seen this man outside of work or at downtown, at any bar or any club. He shows up, people know who he is, man. That's all it took. Placed 3rd, and now all of a sudden, everybody that knows anything about breakdancing in Japan, oh snap! I'm like, come on, man. He's like, yeah, I used to do the competitions when I first got here. Like, yeah, so
yeah.
Hey, Birdman not paying for us for this beat is nasty work. Hey, look.
Hey, I forgot. So you think Jadakiss going to be on Team USA, Troy? It could be. Hey, Jadakiss and Common. Those are the only 2 black break dancers that I know in America, and I don't know them personally.
Yeah. Hey, Common is nice though. Hey, man, Common too old to be doing the stuff that he be doing, man. He's still nice with it. I give him props for that, man.
But yeah, those are the only. Oh no, I didn't know one other dude back in the military, and he was black. He had a couple breakdancing moves.
Yeah, nah, man. The breakdancing game done evolved from whatever y'all thought y'all knew it was. If y'all haven't been paying attention, like. He said that boy from Stomp the Yard.
That wasn't breakdancing, no. That wasn't breakdancing.
Hey, look. Hey, pop locking. What we doing here?
Why? Here's a serious question, man. Do you think Chris Brown can make Team USA?
Not in. I'm gonna be very real. Team USA, he should be able to make Team USA, but that doesn't mean that lets us know that know where we're at.
Chris Brown isn't a breakdancer though.
He's not, but I bet you he's better than 90% of the people in America. But that's my point. If Chris Brown can make the team, then we're not made to be in this competition, man. I don't know, but Chris Brown, I don't think there's a dance move that exists that Chris Brown can't learn how to do and be better than everybody in. Maybe I just think that much of Chris Brown. I don't know.
Nah, man. Like that breakdancing movie was literally about a breakdance competition, and Chris Brown was in it. You know what I mean? It was Team USA and whoever overseas and Chris Brown. All he really did in the movie was some popping moves and some flips.
Hey Troy, I feel you, dog. He said Chris Brown ain't gonna pass the Olympic drug test. Hey, look, he definitely not, man. He definitely not. He ain't gonna pop dirty for nothing. That's a performance enhancer, though.
Yeah, that's the only popping he's gonna be doing is popping dirty.
Hey, look. Hey, gonna be like, Jesus, we haven't seen numbers like this since Michael Phelps. Hey, I'm just saying. Nah, man. Chris Brown. Shout out to Chris Brown.
But no, yeah. honestly, in the breakdancing competition, I kind of want to back France, bro.
Looks like you lost another one.
Hey, he said King, huh? Odell King might make it. I'm not gonna lie, man.
I mean, as far as I know, he just did that Chicago footwork stuff. Like
he did, and he's nice at that. But he also, I seen him do, like, I already know what John thinking. I seen that man do a flip. The first time we seen him do that, like, he was battling somebody. I think we was in Korea, man. He was battling somebody, and Mark, man, he broke out the big guns. He did a flip, one of them flips where you just land on your back, but you kind of land on, like, you braced it with your feet or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then he did a front flip, landed on his back, It looked like an accident. Then he started dancing from the floor, Mark. And you know, of course, the whole shit erupted and everything. I was like, dog, you were way too old to be doing this, man. You gonna need icy hot, the Epsom salt bath. You gonna need all that. Like, what you doing, man? But nah, King ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. But I have seen him do ridiculous things on the dance floor to win the competition. A dance battle. So, hey, shout out to Mr. Jodell King, the man of many talents, man of many wasted talents, I should say. Yeah, but yeah, man. So but yeah, Olympic team. Let's wrap this up. Let's make it clear, man. We ain't got no chance. Just go ahead, crush that pipe dream of y'all's. We ain't got no chance. We not gonna place. And ain't gonna be none of that. Mark, I know you seen them cats in Germany. They nasty with it. You got cats in Europe that are way better than any American I've ever seen.
Yeah,
so, yeah. We just crush that. We not even forget about the Asians. We can't beat the Europeans. We can't beat the Europeans in breakdancing anymore.
Hey man, honestly, like think about it. Like, I wonder if any of the Jabberwockies made Team USA. Like who you know? Like, what breakdancers do you know?
You have to send the Jabberwockies, right? Like, you have to, right?
I don't.
Hey, put your residency on pause for a minute, yo. Put your Vegas residency on pause for a minute. Hey, yo, we need you to represent.
Yeah, man. Like, get a Marion out there.
Yeah. Wow.
Get a Marion out there. Give him a watermelon.
He gonna hit them with the 15-year-old heart move. You know what I'm saying? He gonna eat somebody's heart, Mark. He gonna eat somebody's heart.
Get him a watermelon. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, please do not. I wanna. Hey, man, I have never seen something so crazy that made me feel like I didn't want to go outside my house as a black man before. That Omarion shit was crazy.
Hey man, you got to get them out there, bro.
Yes, he said Tommy and them out there. Yeah. Nah, we gotta. Yeah. Like, what kind of breakdancing is this? Yeah, that crumping shit gonna throw them off. Yeah.
No. They took over crumping too. I don't know.
I'm joking.
I don't know if you know, but they out there with the crumping as well.
They do everything, Mark. They just damn. I don't want to say everybody's better dancers.
No, we just don't. We just invent it and then don't do it no more. Like,
yeah, we don't care enough. They make a living off of it, and that's their dream, and they live it out, and they do it till they 50. It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all right, man. But since we're on the topic of the Olympics, you know what I'm saying, let's go ahead and talk about Team USA, man. What is going on with Team USA? These fools. It was brought up, and I want to say I saw It Is What It Is. Cameron was talking about it. And he about the Sudan win, and he was like, "Ain't Bobo from Sudan? Like, Bobo wasn't even out there. It's like if Bobo was on that team, Team USA would have lost. Like, and I wholeheartedly believe him. Just his defensive presence. I don't care what he does in the NBA. We know NBA is a different game. His defensive presence would have been enough to." Even on that last play with LeBron going to the hoop, like, if Bobo is under the basket, he don't get that off. Like, I don't think he does. Like, either way, man, they barely scraped by Sudan, and then they played Germany, and they barely scraped by Germany. Same thing, like LeBron, like with like a minute and a half left, ends up knocking down a 3-pointer to go up 2. Like, they were down 88-87. He hits a big 3-pointer, pull up 2, just bam. You know what I'm saying? And then he ends up driving to the hoop on like for the next 2 points, whatever. But yeah, so long story short, Team USA looks like they're struggling, Mark. Team USA seems to be built funny with the roster, and then also Team USA is apparently leaning on LeBron to close games.
Hey man, listen, leaning on LeBron to close games, I'm not necessarily upset at that.
Okay.
Like I said, now granted, when this happened before with Kobe wasn't 39 years old, but
Yeah.
this happened. Something similar happened before when Kobe was in the Olympics. D Wade, LeBron, Carmelo, all of them was on that roster. Allen Iverson, all of them was on that roster.
Yeah.
But
No.
they were dependent on Kobe and Kobe's tenacity, despite the fact that Allen Iverson is there, a veteran and all that stuff. Like, despite that, they was dependent on that level of tenacity from Kobe to set the tone. And they talk about it and whatever, John, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen the clip 1,000 times where they talk about Paul Gasol coming off of a screen, and he was like, "Yo, when Paul comes off the screen, I'm gonna bang him right in his chest. Let it." And like, he was like, "I'm just gonna do it," and he was like,
his chest,
and he just and it came off, boom, and he did it, and they was like, "Oh!" But he set the tone because Paul is his teammate, and in the NBA, Paul is his teammate. He didn't care about that. He laid them out and was like,
yeah,
and that set the tone and let the team know, like, nah, this is what it is. This, like, that might be your friend over there, but I'm killing him tonight.
We could shake hands after the game, but not during the game. Not right now. Not before the game. Nah, we here to play. They are in our way right now, man.
Yeah.
So
here's another thing. Here's another thing that we got to consider. Back in 1992, I saw this. Back in 1992, the Dream Team went up against nine NBA players in the Olympics. That's the total. In the 2024 Olympics, this Team USA will be going up against 61 USA players. So the level of talent has risen across the country, and the level of experience, I mean, not across the country, but across the world, and the level of experience has risen across the world as well. Team USA is definitely being tested. They may not be as, I guess, what's the word for it? They may not be as mentally tough as former teams, maybe, like you could say that, but also you can definitively say that there has not been a Team USA team ever to go up against the level of talent that this Team USA will. Now, they should still dominate the competition, but it doesn't change that the playing field is starting to level out a bit.
Yeah. When you talk about the numbers of, 9 NBA players to 61, that means pretty much every game that you play is probably going to be an NBA player on that team.
Yeah. Maybe two.
Yeah, and it's important because back in the day, those guys weren't used to playing against that level of athleticism. They weren't used to playing against that level of talent. Okay, skill sets, right? And like the first time you ever do anything, like I played basketball against people that were more athletic than me, and I'm pretty athletic. I played basketball against people that were more athletic than me. Guess what happens the first time I play them? I have no answers. I've never seen it before. I'm baffled. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where to start. You can't play defense against that. I pride myself on my defense. There's nothing you can do, Mark. It takes time and repetition. It's just like you have a group of your friends that you play with, and there might be one person that's better than everybody. But what happens is the gap between him and the worst person, when you guys play against each other, it lessens because you learn people's tendencies and stuff like that. But you learn how to play against them with your deficiencies. And these guys that are out there in these countries that have NBA players on the team, they know how to play against NBA players. They know what they like to do. They know what they don't like to do, especially these guys that are premier names. Hey dog. Hey God. Hey man, that's funny. Hey, look. You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna make no Nazi jokes today. I was gonna make something, but you know what? I'm gonna let that rock. I don't need us getting canceled yet, Mark. But he said, do you think style of play also plays a factor? If those step back threes not falling, the game is gonna be difficult. It's funny that you bring that up, Troy, because this is kind of a subtopic that we wanted to talk about when we brought up this subject. Because we're talking about the old NBA, the old Dream Team. All those guys were not only talented and skilled and athletic, but all of those guys, you would say, had a high basketball IQ. And a lot of those guys played basketball a very specific way. These guys might be more athletic, but they don't play basketball the right way. And I'm not going to say I question some of these players' basketball IQ, but I would just say they're not the upper echelon of what you think of basketball IQ in the NBA is, right? So yes, the way they play does matter. And here's the point. Everybody else in the world seems to play the sport of basketball better than the NBA.
No, 100%. To clarify, to help try to clarify his statement, him and I were having a conversation when we was trying to flesh out this topic, and we were saying that when it comes to the sport of basketball and the fundamentals of basketball, the NBA and Americans in general are the worst example of how the game should be played, or what you should be looking for in the game. Like, hold on, I gotta take it. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. But like, you watch these players today, like they run down the court wide open. They'll stop, take the three. Now, if you hitting at a 70% clip, take the three every time. If you Steph Curry, but if you not him, if you not Steph Curry, if you Jason Tatum, if you practically anybody else in the league, just go run, keep running and take the layup. Like that, like it's just such a weird thing. And then you got just comes down to the simple things of basketball, like not dribbling the ball, picking it up, and then dribbling again. Like, we're terrible at that. And these FIBA refs, they not going for it. They not playing none of those games. They like, dog, we actually referee basketball over here. So so that walk that you used to getting away with, where you take 4 or 5 steps and then lay it up, no, they on that. They calling that. Ball going the other way, buddy. Sorry.
And then also on the other end of that, look, man, somebody breathe on you, you're not getting a foul call.
Exactly. Don't fall down. Fall down. Because that was the thing I was saying. That was the thing I was saying to you, right, Sean? Like, I was like, yo, this is the fastest I have ever seen LeBron James get up. Ever. If you guys are watching any of these games, if you were watching any of these games, when LeBron James gets fouled, he's right up. You have never in your life seen LeBron James pop up after a foul since he's been to Miami.
Well, this
since
is what
Miami,
I'll tell you.
You have never seen him pop up after a foul.
Fun fact, Mark, I don't think I've ever seen him flop in international play.
Right.
Period. I'm talking about any of the older years. Like, he knows, which makes his NBA flopping even more disgusting. But yeah, he clearly knows how it is when it comes to playing in the Olympics.
Right. Like, exactly. Like, a lot. And that's another thing. LeBron has been here. Jason Tatum hasn't been here before. Steph he was on the last team. Like,
was there, yeah.
And so was KD. Like they've been.
But there's a lot of these cats that weren't there, man.
Yeah, but a lot of these cats wasn't there before. So this learning curve with these refs happens every single time. Every world championship, every Olympics, it happens every single time where they. Please, girl. Please. Talk to mommy. Mommy.
She's trying to be a star. She said, I need airtime.
Clearly. But yeah. But like I was saying, every single time they have to get used to it. They fall on the floor and then they looking at the ref, and the ref is he's on his way down court. He ain't even he ain't messing with you guys. He like, yo, dog, go ahead. Like he didn't even bother to look at you on the floor. He already running down court looking at the play. Like nobody is worried about you guys flopping around. One of the people that is going to have the worst times with this and have the longest learning curve is Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is going to have the worst learning curve when it comes to this, because he's used to bro has almost injured himself so many times trying to sell a foul. Like, dog, just be sturdy under the rim.
He falls exactly the way that Kevin Hart described Shaq falling. That's how Embiid hits the ground every time, bro. It's the most ridiculous slow motion. I'm trying not to hurt myself, but you still fall to the floor clumsily, looking like you're about to hurt yourself. I really hate when he falls to the ground, Mark. I don't like it at all. I ask myself, yo, why aren't you trying to stop yourself from falling? Like, I don't understand what he's doing. But yes, Embiid has to get over it, man. Look, man.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, we out here looking crazy is what I was going to say. We out here looking crazy in front of the world. Everybody, what the Sudan game and the Germany game has said, even though we won, it has said, I think there's now blood spilled in the water, Mark. Yeah, every nation is going to think they have a chance to beat us.
Hey, but here's the thing. To wrap that up, I wholeheartedly believe that Team USA will pull it together. And I think that a lot of these players coming out of this experience will be better NBA players for it if they commit to it. Embiid could be a much better NBA player if he gets himself used to don't look for the foul, play the game. Don't worry about the foul. Yeah. Be sturdy under the rim, play the game. Those centers in the other league, they're going to come after you, and they're going to push you around, bro. Like, push them around. You bigger, you strong.
Hey, push them around. Hey, he's going to flop to the floor. Just shove him.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? He think without injuries he could be the GOAT. Hey, look. He needs a lot more than health. But
not with the mentality that he has towards
he needs more than just health. I'm with you, Mark. He's not there, man. He's improved everything together. If he put everything together, Mark, and did, you know what I'm saying? If he put everything together, I don't think he'd be the GOAT still. But he's improved. Be in the conversation.
He's improved greatly.
Yeah,
he's improved greatly. But nah, bro.
Yeah, but look, man. You know how many people that we could put in that conversation if they could put everything together? Nah, man. I don't think so. But either way, yeah. John said W Dad. I wanted to point that out earlier, you know. And I think he's saying that because you said, nah, you need to go ask your mom. W Dad, you know what I'm saying? That's how you handle it. Nah. Get on up out of here. But so what do we got now? So that was the Olympics. We talked about the.
Oh no, I got more. No, I got more on the Olympics. I didn't put this as a topic, but I got a question, bro.
Okay.
With the Olympics coming up, man, what is the game that you're most looking forward to?
Oh man, this is going to sound wild, man, because when the Olympics show up, there's only like two things that I really pay attention to, and that's basketball. I mean, I watch everything, but basketball is what I really look forward to watching, and then curling. You hear that? Curling.
Yeah.
Familiar with curling, Mark?
Yeah, man, I'm familiar with curling.
Okay, yeah. I know not everybody is. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why it intrigued me one year. I was watching Olympics. You know, it's midday. They're airing this, you know, some of the other stuff on ESPN too, and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and watch this. And it was curling, and I remember the first graphic that popped up, it had a dude. He just went, and they're like, man, he's killing it. They're like, yeah, man, he's the youngest participant to represent their nation in the Olympics for the sport of curling. Dude was 35, Mark. I was like, okay, this is crazy. I gotta watch this. So like, they hooked me in with that. I watched it. I was like, you know, if you get drunk, you play shuffleboard. You play some version of shuffleboard in your life. You know what I'm saying? Being at bars and stuff like that. I was like, yo, it's just shuffleboard on ice. I could do this, man. But yeah, I don't know. Something intriguing about the precision that's required in it being familiar to me. And I've played a similar, you know, games that are similar to that. Curling, for whatever reason, just stands out to me. But yeah, curling is what I watch. Curling, basketball. Everything else, I catch it when I can.
Nah, man, for me, flat out, it's women's indoor volleyball.
Hey, that's a good decision.
That is
they are athletes. They are athletic. You know what I'm saying? They definitely are great performers, you know what I'm saying, of the sport. You know, and if you're a fan of the sport like me, Mark, I really enjoy watching it. I definitely do. So,
hey, man, Team Brazil, you feel me?
Hey, don't sleep on there's a couple teams, you know, New Zealand and Australia. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, there's some sleepers out there, Mark. There's some sleeper teams out there, you know.
Team Brazil, you feel me?
Yeah.
Go for the gold, baby. Let's go. Yo, no, but for real rap, man, women's indoor volleyball is so much fun to watch, man. Like that, man, that stuff is intense. Like the volleys get crazy. Like I love watching in women's indoor volleyball. Don't get me wrong. It is great. It is a great thing to just look at, but outside of just looking, the sport is really fun to watch.
Well, here's what I'll say. I'm willing to say this, man. Can't no women on this planet Earth jump higher than the volleyball player. Because let me tell you something. I feel like when I watch them, I feel like they're better athletes than basketball players. That's just me.
Yo, I know you not talking. Not you.
Hey, it's a strange time for you to show up just to say that. That's crazy. Hey, yo, what up, Tobias? What up, man?
Yo, what up?
Hey, dog. He said the turkeys be out.
See?
Hey, look, man. Hey, look, man. They be toting.
Hey,
anyway.
man, look, man. I just enjoy the sport, bro. I just enjoy the spirit of competition, bro. That's all it is. Team Brazil, they always bring it. Feel me?
Yeah, they bring it
every year,
the
bro.
Competition.
Yeah, bro. They be out there getting after it.
Yeah. You sound like you want to be out there getting after it too, Mark.
Hey, man. Nah, I'm cool with observing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Spectator stuff. You know what I mean? I can't compete on the floor. I just want to spectate.
See, hey, Tobias talking to you right now. Hey, look. So, yeah, but that's interesting though. But man, like Olympics, for sure. Like track and field only gets interesting to me whenever we have somebody. You know what I'm saying? We got somebody that's supposed to be the best in the world or in competition.
Well,
that, I'll definitely watch track and field.
Yeah, right now Shakira Richardson and the boy Noah and the hurdle person. We got that hurdler that don't play no games neither.
Yeah. See, I'll be watching Shakira Richardson for sure because I personally feel like she's going to win, or if she isn't going to, she has a very, very high chance of getting gold. Right. This is her time right now, to be honest with you. If you guys pay attention to
I do want to watch. I do want to watch the relay. I do want to watch the women's relay because during the regular season they were smoking relays. I want to see them smoke everybody now. That'll be crazy. Like because that viral video showing how third and fourth anchor took off.
It was crazy. It was crazy, man. I was like, this shit ain't even a race no more. That's crazy. But it was neck and neck into that. It was like, okay. Then it was like, nah, man, y'all ain't got it.
Yeah, third or fourth anchor. Ooh, nuts.
Man, it was disgusting. Yeah, they was smoking.
Nah, man. Breakdancing, I'm definitely looking forward to it just the game. So it's like August 9th and 10th. Okay. So look out for that because this will be the first year that breakdancing is in the Olympics, man. So that'll be dope.
Right.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. But y'all know what I'm into. What y'all into then? What
y'all watching? Since you not watching volleyball, Tobias.
Yeah, man.
What you watching?
You watching men's handball? Is that what you watching?
Hey, he watching the men's he watching the ring exercise, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like
what the men's core exercise? What you watching, Tobias?
Yeah, what you getting into, Tobias? You tell me, bro. You watching the shot put, the men's shot put?
You know, Olympic wrestling. What you watching, man?
Let us know.
No, but yeah.
But next up, what got distracted. Speaking of, let's just keep it in this Olympic thing. We're going to transition a bit because I know you wanted to talk about Team USA versus the Women's All-Stars.
Yeah.
And the Women All-Stars beating Team USA.
Yeah.
What did you want to get into about that?
Oh yeah, man. I know there's been a lot of talk. You know, people were upset for a little bit that Caitlin Clark wasn't on Team USA, and then there was also the segment of people that felt like Angel Reese should be on Team USA, and then there's people that wanted both of them to be on Team USA, but all of their sentiments seem to be coming from the same place. Hey, man, it's a world stage. Everybody's watching. You can definitely do something for the brand of the WNBA. Forget her being good enough or not, because I personally think that she would add something to that team. You always want somebody that is going to be that level of distributor on any team like that. But forget about that. For the brand of the WNBA, you guys are trying to make the brand bigger. You guys are trying to cut your ties eventually with the NBA funding you. You guys are trying to make this money and get more advertisement money. Why not have these two individuals on the team, right? So that was being, screamed from the mountaintops a while back. Everybody kind of forgot about it. Fast forward to this past weekend, we have the WNBA All-Star Weekend, and you have Team USA, which is the Olympic team, versus the WNBA All-Stars. And yes, everybody that was on Team USA was also an All-Star, but they separated them for the two teams. Team USA lost. They lost. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember the number that she had, but Caitlin Clark set an All-Star game record for most assists. They were,
and whatchamacallit had a crazy double-double.
Injuries. Yeah, they were smothering, boy. They were smothering Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin Clark just kept finding people. All right, You know, they said Diana. See, Troy there saying Diana Taurasi old ass cursed him out. She did. I swear, she's the Kobe of the WNBA, man. She not having none of that. She the Jimmy Butler. Like, she's not having none of that, man. She was not. It wasn't just a game to her. You know what I'm saying? And if you've seen the clip after the game, they're all huddled up, and she's telling them, "This is what I'm talking about. You can't come out here and take nobody light." You know what I'm saying? We got to learn from this. We can't go over there into the Olympics messing around. We could get beat at any time. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Diana Taurasi, somebody who
and speaking of the fact that you said that last time this happened, which was the last Olympics, last time this happened, Team USA went on to win gold. So, hey, shout out to the WNBA All-Stars for giving Team USA the wake-up call that they may have needed.
Shit, man, I wish somebody was here to give the men's team a wake-up call. But yes, I think the women's national team, Olympic team, will take it more serious. Not to say that the men aren't taking it serious, but I think they will take it more serious, and they're going to come out there with a little bit more of a sense of urgency, man. They're not as pampered, man, and I feel like it shows. So, but yes, real quick, I just want to mention, in doing my research for this topic, Mark, I also found out that apparently when they did their skills competition stuff, they didn't put Caitlin Clark in the skills competition, and that's something that you would think they would have.
Whoa. Did Caitlin Clark decline?
No. They didn't put her in. They didn't invite her to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I think
which skill though?
No, the skills challenge is the one where they do the passing, the shooting,
you talking about the gauntlet one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like, I remember Chris Paul doing the very first one, and I can't remember if he was a rookie or not, but you usually typically see, okay, you got the pure point guards. Anybody that's considered a pure point guard is going to be in that competition. So specifically the passers are going to be in there. So and she's somebody who pass and shoot. So, I mean, neither here nor there, but the point is, at first I was really looking at some of these people sideways and be like, man, y'all just want the WNBA to bend over backwards for Caitlin Clark so that I feel like some people just want Caitlin Clark to be praised even more than she already is. And then I just looked at it as like, yo, man, granted, yes, part of it is for the WNBA brand, but what are you saying to Caitlin Clark if you just hand everything to her on a silver platter? Fast forward to now, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe you should have put Caitlin Clark on the Olympic team, man.
All right, so this is where I will say Team USA did the right thing.
Yeah.
They did the right thing, and for the WNBA overall, this was the right thing. Because if Caitlin Clark goes over there and not ready, and she stinks it up, all the good faith eyes that you are earning and the people that are looking are going to start looking away. So there is a such thing as putting the hot ticket out there too early, and then you ruin that. There, like, you gotta slow roll it. Like, bro, like, there is a reason why in boxing, you Canelo Alvarez, like, coming up, you fight certain people going up. Like, you can eventually be that person. Now, granted, there's this whole ducking thing and everything, but you get what I'm saying. Like, going up, you don't say, hey, start me out against Mike Tyson on your first fight. Mm-hmm. No, because you lose that first fight, all the eyes will not be on you anymore. You want somebody that you can beat, and you want somebody to keep going. You want to keep going. Like, so you just got to keep building up to that level of stage, because if you get on that level of stage too early, then people are going to be like, oh, this person ain't what I thought they were, and then stop looking. But if you get them watching you win, and then you get to that stage, even if you lose, they have gotten accustomed to seeing you winning, so they are willing to give you another chance, or to be like, all right, get them next time or something like that. But you just go out there and lose right away. That's it.
Well, the other thing I was going to mention, Mark, is with that team USA is loaded, man. There's no way, shape, or form that she would be even featured on the team if she was on that team, Mark. Number one, she wouldn't start. That's number one. Number two, whatever minimal amount of playing time there would be, she would not have enough time to really showcase, everything. So, like, I'm with you there, because, like, you spoke about her playing bad. Let's say she don't even play bad, but she's only getting 12 minutes a game, 8 points, 5 assists. That doesn't do anything for you it doesn't do anything for you unless she's featured. It's like when people talk about the dream team, what they remember, and it's crazy because, if you look back on it, they talk about Charles Barkley, being, the leading scorer or whatever. They said Charles Barkley was basically the heart of that team. People remember Michael Jordan. Okay? People remember Michael Jordan. That's what people remember. Everybody else was on that team. Everybody remembers Michael Jordan. Okay? You look at all these other teams, the Redeem team. No matter which Olympic team you're talking about, there's one guy that everybody remembers that's featured. Okay, and that's how it works. You can't feature everybody, and Caitlin Clark is not ready to be featured on that much of a star-studded team, man. She's not ready. She's not the best out of those people, so therefore she shouldn't be featured. So her time will come, and when her time comes, I'm sure it will do phenomenal things for the WNBA. But yeah, I am with you there. There can be pitfalls if you pull the trigger too early.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. But anyway, but back to something else you were saying about
WNBA.
About the WNBA players deserving or something like that. Well, okay. Seems like the WNBA gets a new deal. Raises minimum salary from $50K to $200K. Head of Players Union says, I'm still not content.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take us away, bro.
All right. So those numbers are projected. Those are projected numbers right there for the salaries. But that's based off of the percentage of the raise that they get in right now. So, the head of the Players Union essentially came out and said, look, I know this is the piece of the pie that the NBA is giving us, but my question to the NBA is, why are we not getting a bigger piece of the pie? Have we not, essentially, have we not done enough? But she feels like the WNBA needs more. And when I'm saying the WNBA needs more, let's be honest, the WNBA needs more because she feels like the players need to be paid more. And this is what I did leading up to this episode. I said, you know what? It just seems strange to me that she would be complaining they're getting a percentage of what the NBA got. So their deal is tied to the NBA's TV deal, even though their TV deal is separate, which is, ESPN and all this stuff. But essentially, it's that deal. So I'm like, if you're getting the same chunk, the same percentage of the cut that you were getting before, what makes you feel like you deserve more of that cut? And then when I did my research, Mark, I'm finding out they're getting a way bigger piece of the chunk than they usually get. Okay, so here's the numbers for you. So there's a WNBA deal made in 2013. It said it was supposed to be $12 million a year for the TV deal. The NBA's deal in 2014 because they were separate at the time, was for $2.67 billion per year. Okay, so if you look at that, they were getting a half of a percentage of what the NBA was getting. Okay, the WNBA then renegotiates in 2014 when the NBA did their deal. Okay, but the renegotiation said it wasn't going to start until 2017. And when they did that renegotiation a year after they did their deal for the $12 million a year, they got it bumped up to $25 million a year. So they more than doubled it within the course of a year. Granted, that wasn't going to start paying out till 3 years later, but that's what happened. Okay, so then fast forward, you have it, that put them at 1%, about 1% of what the NBA was getting. So now, and I'm saying what they're getting, it's that's a chunk of the NBA's revenue that they're taking home. Okay, so then fast forward to this new deal. The NBA's new deal is $76 billion over 11 years. So for the next 11 years, which totals out to be $6.9 billion a year. The WNBA's deal is $2.2 billion over the next 11 years. That totals out to be $200 million per year. So the NBA's total went up about, it's less than 3 times, about 2.5 times, or even less than that, a little over 2 times. The WNBA's deal has went up almost 10 times what it was before. And now if you look at percentage-wise, they are taking up 3%, almost 3% of the TV deal from the NBA revenue. So that's what I'm looking at here, Mark. So they're getting 3%. They went from 0.5 to 1 to 3%. They went from $25 million a year to $200 million a year, Mark, and they are complaining. So I did do some more research. They did say that part of the reason why they gave them that bump to 3% is because they did take into account the year that they were having so far up to this point with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese in the WNBA. So they say Caitlin Clark is a big part of the reason why they got that much. But somehow they think they deserve more. Mark, now that I explained all those numbers to you, at what point does all the complaining and all the irrational complaints then turn into them shooting themselves in the foot to where everybody loses out? At what point does it get there?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Like right now, it's just a bunch of talking, and it's going to be a bunch of talking because nobody's going to say to them, like, "Hey, like you could say whatever. I'm not going to budge. I'm going to give you this, and that's that." But what they're going to have to figure out for themselves is it could be different. You could be just left out here floating alone and be like, look, all right, well, we showed you how to do this. Now go ahead and do it by yourself now. Cool. Like, you know what I mean? Go make the money on your own. But that's not, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, you're a charity case that is just now starting to show signs of being a return of investment. But you have been a charity case up until this point. And this is the same rhetoric that has been said to you guys many times over the years, and yet somehow you still don't get it. You are Eva Mendes in Training Day complaining that you don't get paid as much as Denzel Washington. Nobody knows who you are.
You're not
like, because at that time, like, who cares that you played his wife in this movie? But at that time, nobody knew who Eva Mendes was, and like you talking about, well, I'm a woman and I'm not getting paid as much as Denzel Washington because I'm a woman. No, you're not getting paid as much as Denzel Washington because that's Denzel Washington, and I don't know who you are. Like,
well, not just I don't know who you are. look at the role that you played. How much airtime did you really have, man? You don't deserve more money than Ethan Hawke. Right. I didn't know who the hell he was before he came in that movie. So what are we talking about here, right? And I'm just saying specifically for that role. So like, it's like, nah, man, you have to at some point realize, number one, who you are, where you're at, and what people are doing for you. Because I feel like there's a level of ungratefulness and there's a level of a lack of self-awareness here when it comes to the WNBA, its executives, the players. It seems like everybody just seems to have this really delusional viewpoint of what they should be getting versus what they are getting. Because I'll be honest with you, another detail in the deal that I was talking about when they renegotiated was, like I said, the renegotiated deal got renegotiated in 2014. The deal didn't start to 2017.
Right.
The 2016 season, their viewership had dropped 14% compared to the year prior to that. So their numbers were declining, but the deal was already made, so they still got paid more money.
Yep.
Like, you doubled your money at a time when you wasn't supposed to. Okay? You've been getting away, you've been getting spoiled this whole time, and you're out here complaining about how you don't got nothing. You know? It's just very strange to me, man. It's something that turns me off from the whole WNBA situation. Granted, if there's good basketball being played, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, nah, man. If it's like, let me put it this way. You ever been about to do something, Mark, and then you have somebody tell you to go do it? It's like, it just immediately shuts you off to the idea of doing whatever it is you was about to do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I feel like that's what's happening here. It's like everybody's finally ready to watch the WNBA. And you guys, it's almost like you guys are like, yeah, you better watch this. Give us some more money. It's like, we already giving you more money. We in the act of getting you more money, and you telling us to give you more money. You know what, man? I'm going to take my money elsewhere then.
Right.
Like, get out of here. Like, but that's what it feels like to me. I don't know what it's feeling like to you, but I know what your original reaction was. but yes, man, it's something that they're gonna have to fix, because the one thing that the NBA does right is they know how to speak to the media. They know what to say. They know what not to say. They know what they need to leave up to speculation and innuendo. And they know how to protect the brand that they have. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the WNBA hasn't figured that out yet.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Somebody else that has failed to protect the brand. Skip!
What happened to that boy? Hey, Skip.
Hey, man, Skip Bayless. I mean, you know, everybody knows Skip Bayless resigned. It's the end of an era, right? You know?
Yeah.
It's over. It's a wrap. I'm pretty sure he still has his podcast out there, or his podcast will still be running. Mm-hmm. But it's over for the FS1, and ESPN said, we cool on that.
Did you hear what the viewership dropped down to, Mark?
Like 10K?
I think they said, well, it was better than that. They said 50K, but 50K is outrageous, Mark. That's outrageously low. Like, that's disgusting, Mark.
Bro, the people, like, yo, the very first episode of
Undisputed?
Of Undisputed without Shannon Sharp, and it was Michael Irvin and Richard Sherman. And it was somebody else, right? I forget who it was.
I want to say Keyshawn, but I can't remember if Keyshawn
was there. Keyshawn.
Yeah.
I immediately was like, this is a shit show. And Skip has zero control. Like,
bro, I remember that clip. Yo, hey, when they were yelling, Wayne is just sitting there, just like, Wayne is in the middle of it. And he's just sitting there like, I was just like, yo, wow. Like, you mixed not only did you mix oil with water, but you threw in gasoline for good measure. Like, none of that shit is mixing. Like, it was crazy. Like, first off, Michael Irvin was way too excited to be back on TV.
Way too
excited. Keyshawn, just way too biased in every single take that he had. Like,
I just found it funny how anytime that Skip would try to say something, they would just be like, shut up. Like, basically it was like, shut up, Skip. We talking right now.
Hey, you remember Skip leaned back at one point? He was like, man, I thought this was my show. Like, I just, like, hey, you did this, Skip. You invited these people, man. Like, you have to know.
And then next up was Paul Pierce, and he says
he dropped the N-word, bro.
He drops the N-word live on TV multiple times. It was just like,
hey, Skip was fed up, man. He was fed up, man. He was fed up. He was absolutely fed up at that moment, man. Like, it's funny to me because with Paul Pierce on it, I'll be honest with you, man. I love Paul Pierce, man. I love him as a player. I think he's entertaining when it comes to the podcast stuff. Absolutely not the person that you want to hire to be in any type of professional setting. Never ever would hire him.
Here's the thing. I disagree with you. I gotta push back. I disagree. Paul Pierce is not entertaining to me. Paul Pierce is the most biased individual to ever speak on any sport. Hands down, the most biased, the most pushing his own agenda, or pushing like if he has a beef with somebody, like it could be Steph Curry. He's going to say Steph Curry can't shoot a three. Hey, that's how that's going to go. If he had a beef with Steph Curry, he would say Steph can't shoot a three. He trash. Like,
yeah, like now I hear you, Mark. Now listen, now hear me out. Some people are unintentionally entertaining the same way some people are unintentionally funny. They're not trying to be funny, but the things that they're doing are hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And to me, in those moments where he's dead serious about these things, Mark, it's entertaining because guess what? Everybody gets to laugh at him. You watched it when he said he thought he was better than D Wade all time, and everybody on the panel laughed at him. That to me is entertaining. Maybe it's not specifically him that's entertaining, but it's entertaining to watch how other people react to his nonsense, Mark.
Yo, like Doug, he was on the joint with Kevin Garnett talking about, I smacked the shit out of you, and like Kevin Garnett is like the whole time, like Kevin Garnett said like 40 times we live, and he still has yet to get the point or understand that they were live. And then he was like,
we're not on the podcast.
And then after like 15 minutes, he was like, oh, we live right now?
Like, what? Hey, KG was done, man. KG was done. Hey, KG tried. He tried hard, man. But yeah, see, like, he's unintentionally entertaining. But once again, Mark, after seeing all the things that he's been through, man, on air as well, why would you hire him to be in a professional setting, man?
Hey, listen.
It's only a tick of time bomb, my boy.
Here's the thing, bro. This is where I commend Skip, and this is probably where he went wrong. When Hov said, I hear people saying they made Hov. Okay, so go make another Hov. Skip did that. Skip said, I made you, Stephen A. I'm going to make another one. And that's exactly what he did. He made one. He made another one. And he made them better. He made a better one than Stephen A. And then, but here's the problem. He's like, oh, he made that second one, and he made that second one better. And now he's like, oh, he's like, I don't need this person neither. I'll go make another one again.
This is just what I do now. You know what I'm saying? But there comes a point where you lie to yourself, man. Because let's be honest, I'm gonna be very clear about this. I say this every time we speak about Stephen A. Me and you saw the talent of Stephen A. before all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they gave him his show, quite frankly, we seen the talent of Stephen A. We seen what he was capable of. Okay, I felt like he should have, like when he had his own show, I was like, a sports like night show, like this is dope. And he actually did a phenomenal job of interviewing people. He is great. And it's crazy. So like obviously he lost that. 2 years passed by, then he ended up on First Take. So when I say you eventually lied to yourself. Like, let's be honest, Skip Bayless saw the talent that we saw, and he went and said, "I'm going to form what he already has. He has the potential already. It's sitting there. He just needs somebody to guide him in the ways," and that's what he did. Fast forward to Shannon Sharpe. Everybody knows that Shannon Sharpe can talk. Everybody knows that everybody knew that he was an entertaining person and that he could talk about anything. They knew that. Like, that's one thing. Like, you don't know that about all football players or most football players. You don't know nothing about their personality. Everybody knew about Shannon Sharpe's personality. Okay, so he saw the talent there, and remember, he was on one of the NFL channel's joints. Like, so he saw the talent and said, "I'm going to not shackle you like the NFL channel did, and I'm gonna unleash you, and I'm gonna." That sounds racist, but anyway, he said, "But I'm gonna let you do you and be more of your personality." So he saw something there, and then he tried to groom that. Now, Mark, do you think he's seen something in Michael Irvin? Do you think he's seen something in Keyshawn Johnson?
Well, no. Here's the thing, man. Keyshawn was good on his show. Michael Irvin was good on NFL Network.
Being good on your previous show, that is not the same format as Undisputed.
It was just weird. Like, it was just a weird combination, and I don't think they came out hot out the gate, way too excited. It was wild.
Well, I'm only bringing it up to say this. I feel like he saw something special in Stephen A. I feel like he saw something special in Shannon Sharpe. Not just being good at the job. He saw something special in them. He's been around Michael Irvin for 50 years, it feels like. If he saw something special in Michael Irvin, he would have picked him up a long time ago. That's what I think. And I believe that, granted, he did believe that they're good at their jobs. But that's why he said, instead of trying to find one person that I see something in, because I felt like he didn't see anybody. So he said, "I don't have nobody that I see something in." Maybe Lil Wayne, but Lil Wayne wasn't going to do it full time. So he's just like, well, fine. I'll just get a conglomerate of people that are already good at their jobs that have personalities. So that's what he did. Now, what he underestimated was how much of a personality that they were going to try to show. And let's be honest, I felt like Michael Irvin was going over the top because that's the type of shtick that, that Shannon Sharpe had.
Yeah, like they were trying to one-up Shannon.
And he tried to, look, man, I'm going to call it what it is. He was in there trying to be a token, man. He was trying to play the token role. He was like, you need me to shuck it up a little bit? I'm going to shuck it up a little bit. I'm Michael Irvin, so it's believable. You know what I'm saying? They know my track record. So, no, I felt like he didn't expect them to go. He didn't expect Michael Irvin to go full caricature. He didn't expect that. He wasn't ready for that, okay? And then he wasn't ready for the back and forth between Keyshawn and Mike.
And Rich.
Oh, yeah. And Richard Sherman. And that's the thing. I believe he felt like he might have seen something in Richard Sherman. But let's be honest. He don't like Richard Sherman. He don't trust Richard Sherman.
And Richard Sherman don't like him.
Exactly. So you think he was trying to groom Richard Sherman?
I don't know.
Thank you. I don't think so. I think if there was anybody on that panel that he should have taken and said, "I'm going to make a new one," it should have been Richard Sherman. But let's be honest, Richard Sherman's too serious.
Yeah.
And Richard Sherman don't let no bullshit slide either. So like you can't get into those arguments with like you did with Shannon and Stephen A. and then just kind of, we didn't discuss this beforehand, but I'm expecting you to play it up. Like, no, he ain't doing that.
Right.
So yeah, like
you don't get the. You are not going to say to Richard Sherman something disrespectful and expect him to just be like
professional about it, like
be professional about it and say, "Look, Skip, you're disrespecting me." Like he's not going to. That's not what's going to happen. It's going to go left. Hey, man, but shout out to Skip, man, pioneer for a lot of things, especially when it comes to the debate type of sports media. Like massive pioneer when it comes to that. So
yeah, I'm glad the genre exists. I'm glad the genre exists, and it wouldn't exist without Skip Bayless. Shout out to Cold Pizza, humble beginnings on Cold Pizza. But yeah, you're right. I like this format too much to not give Skip Bayless credit for creating this.
Yeah, so hey man, it is what it is, man. Like just sometimes, there's a reason why the story of Icarus exists. Sometimes you fly too close to the sun.
Yeah, ask Bill Belichick.
Yep. So, but last topic of the evening, man, because we got in on this about Skip and we was just talking, I had a question to myself, like, hey man, what happened to Max? Like, Max don't do nothing. Like nothing at all. Like weird.
Not a podcast, not a nothing, Mark.
I'm like, Max, dang man, like you watch a boxing match and Max don't even be doing that.
Nah. And that was his bread and butter. Like, and he didn't, mind you, he didn't even stop doing that when he ended up on First Take. He never stopped doing it. All of a sudden, he's not doing none of that.
I'm like, God, what happened that they just like, nah, Max is in Pelican Bay. He on 24-hour lockdown, baby.
Shoot program.
Yeah, straight up. Straight up. He is in the hole with a little slit window that lets in just enough light for him to be able to eat his dinner. Like that's what's going on. Like I don't know, man. I miss Max Kellerman, dog. Max was the man.
Yeah, it says Skip's name carries weight, so he can venture out on his own and still get.
Oh, he's getting paid anyway. His podcast exists on YouTube, and that's his entity.
Yeah. Let's be honest, like real quick about the Skip thing. He can get paid. He's going to get paid no matter what, right? And here's the issue though. See, we can sit here and talk about money from the outside looking in. Skip is hurt, bro, and it ain't about the money. So. Skip never saw this day coming, and if he did, he didn't see it coming right now. Okay, you're sitting atop the mountaintop, and then all of a sudden you watch your whole empire world crumble below you. That's a blow to you. That is not something that gets fixed with money. He's not sitting at home at the end of the day and saying, "Well, I got paid." I don't think he is. So don't discount that. But yeah, back to this Max Kellerman thing. So we had to look it up, man. He said it, had to look it up. So apparently Max Kellerman, his deal, I don't know how long it goes, but there's I guess a podcaster, somebody named Brian Kelly was on a podcast and he was speaking. I guess he's a good friend of Max Kellerman's. He used to do radio with him in New York back in the day, ESPN radio specifically. And he said that he talked to Max, and Max was basically saying he can't do nothing until the end of the year. But essentially, he's still getting paid by ESPN. He's still on salary from ESPN, and as long as he's on salary from ESPN, he is not allowed to do any work anywhere else. Okay, so not only is he can't do any work anywhere else, but he can't do work at ESPN because he got laid off. So it's catch-22, and I just feel like I've seen other people let go from ESPN doing work, but I haven't seen Max Kellerman.
Right.
So they're giving him a little bit of a special FU, blackballing, whatever you want to call it, but they banished him to the shadow realm. But yeah, it's really weird and odd, obviously, Mark, It shows you how much they value Stephen A. Smith, number one. Number two, I feel like he maybe had problems with not just Stephen A. Smith. He probably had executives that probably came to him about Stephen A. Smith, and he probably told him how he felt. Like, nah, I'm just going to be authentic. Mm-hmm. All right? So now this is the price to pay. Your name will literally disappear. We will disappear you from anywhere within the sports media for as long as we possibly can legally, right? And then now you got to go out there and reestablish who you are. But it definitely feels like this is intentional, Mark, and it definitely feels like it's a screw job.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man, but I hope that never happens to anybody else. And I miss Max. Boxing needs Max. And like even though he had crazy takes as a sports person, he approached the serious topics when they needed to be with levity and concern for both sides and speaking from both sides of the view versus just painting a single picture. And that type of person really does need to be out there. Now, his personal opinion about a player or how the player was going to perform, very wild. Very wild.
I felt like he started to embellish at some point.
Yeah.
But you're right. With his topics, you're talking about the serious topics, Mark. And I'm going to say this as a black man. we don't really have that voice. Didn't realize that Max was that voice, like the voice, but we don't have that voice. Some people come in and spot smart, mm-hmm. but not all the time. It feels like some people are protecting their brands a lot more than trying to speak freely. But yeah, we didn't realize how much we were going to miss having that voice when it came to certain topics. But yeah, we definitely need Max Kellerman back.
Yeah, man. I miss Max a lot, bro. But it is what it is. And now we got the boys from It Is What It Is. And they might be the best show out there right now. So,
hey, man, they consistent. Shout out to how they cooked Jay Prince the other day.
Hey, man. Yo, and shout out to Lou.
Yeah.
Hey, perfect impersonation, bro. Perfect impersonation.
Lou Ratchet. Yeah. So, real quick. Yeah, the Jay Prince thing was funny because my wife, she follows whenever Cameron started getting in it with people. I tried to tell her about Cameron years ago. I'm like, he's somebody that you never want to beef with. You can't beat somebody that has that level of street credibility, but then it's also that funny, but then it's also that petty, but then it's also not serious.
Right.
You can't, that combination of things, you don't want to beef with that person. Even when you're beating them and you're seriously beating them, people are just gonna be like, look at him, he's not taking it serious. Like, you can't do nothing with that. They were not serious, but then they were also just completely, it's like, yo, you 60 and you still he said, what? We say you 60, you still trying to be a street? Okay.
Wait, come on, bro.
You failed. Like, while they're still talking street stuff to you. Like, this is crazy. Like, what can you do about somebody like that? Just leave them boys alone. Don't talk no trash. Shakur Stevenson, you already a wild dude. You probably should just be quiet. But yeah, like, but shout out to Cam and Mace, man. Cam has been one of my favorite people when it comes to just being entertaining and funny for a long time. It's good to see him just being in a platform and in a position to display that to the world on a more daily basis. Like, this is how funny Cam's been. You know what I'm saying? But Mace, I didn't realize how ridiculous of a person Mace was. And he said he never respected that street shit, but that's also why he was also always the one into all the trouble with everybody. I was like, yeah, they ran you out of New York. Like, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing to be like, and I still don't respect it. Yeah, they ran me out of New York. That's exactly why they did it. Because I don't respect street. Yo, like, yeah, he's a ridiculous person, man.
But yeah, man. Look, that's all we got for this episode, guys. We appreciate you tuning in. So a lot of teams reported to training camp today in the NFL.
Yeah.
So we right around the corner, baby. We about to be in there. Off-season episode 4 came out today. So I'm excited to go watch that because the buffoonery of the Giants makes me smile.
Entertainment at its finest, Mark.
Yeah.
Just
like,
when you think it can't get worse.
The buffoonery of the Giants makes me smile, honestly. So go watch Hard Knocks off season. Yeah, man.
Real quick, I need another season of off season, Mark, but I need an even worse organization, man. I need like the Jacksonville Jaguars. I need the Chargers or something. Look, man, I need another off season, but only if it's a terrible organization. Okay.
Yeah. Dog. I don't think I want to watch a good team do the off season. I want to watch. I don't like the next off season needs to be the Jaguars.
Yeah. I need to see what it looks like.
Of the Jaguars. I don't know what this dude name is, but it's a bald white dude on FS1, and he has a show, and he's a Giants fan. But he was doing the comparison between Trevor Lawrence and like the other person was the blind item person, and he put up their stats and the two stats, and then he showed that revealed the person was Daniel Jones, and then he was like, "See, Daniel Jones," and he was like, "One could argue that the Giants got a steal out of Daniel Jones because he's $40 million versus the 55 or $50 million quarterback that Trevor Lawrence, and they have the exact same stats through the exact same number of games, blah 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 blah, whatever." And I was like, or one could just be realistic and be like, "Hey, both of those organizations are trash, and they overpaid for trash quarterbacks."
Yeah. Though, hey, look, both of y'all got robbed for everything y'all have. Only difference is you had $50 on you, and they had $80 on them.
Right.
Y'all both broke. What are we talking about? You're not better off. You both have zero. You both have $0 right now. And he said, "I'd rather pay Tyrod Taylor 10. Listen here, buddy. Listen here. For $10 million, you can get the same number of wins. Maybe even a little bit more. You actually might have a higher ceiling. Look, man, I'm just saying. $10 million to Tyrod Taylor. Unfortunately, he has a terrible injury history, but apparently Daniel Jones gets hurt every year too. So what are we talking about, man? Look, I'm with you. Yeah, shout out to hey, whoever snaked this deal to do the offseason with the Giants, whoever convinced the Giants that they weren't the train wreck that we all knew they were, and to convince them to put it on film, dog. Hey, shout out to whatever executive thought of this. Kudos.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, and lastly, as always, man, remember, it's only entertainment. When you out there making your sports bets, always think to yourself, how does this benefit them? And that's the way you go for your sports bet. But except for the Olympics, because the Olympics, hey, that straight up, baby.
The committee, they don't play.
Bet that straight up. That is the real. Yeah. That is not sports entertainment. That is sports. So just understand that there is a difference.
Yes.
Hey, and guess what? Right now, if you just take the teams to cover versus Team USA, you coming out crazy.
Them lines about to change, man. They've been 20-point favorites and shit. Them lines about to change. They're about to start looking like 12, but you still gonna make your money.
Yeah, bro. yeah, man. Just start betting the cover. Start betting for the whoever the Team USA play. Just bet for them to cover. That's it.
That's what it looks like.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.